Hello and welcome to this episode of our program Daily Debate. Today we will be speaking about the Arab League. The Arab League, a new era, a new 5-year, a new term for the new Secretary General Ahmed Abul Gheit, the former foreign minister, Egyptian foreign minister, the former veteran diplomat, the former UN envoy, or rather ambassador of Egypt to the UN, the former many things. But today, the Secretary General of the Arab League. And the Secretary General of the Arab League has to have lots of meaning, particularly in those particular days. Today, we will be speaking about Abul Gheit, who will be serving a renewable 5-year term, and he is supposed to be the 8th Secretary General since the Arab League was established in 1945. The Secretary General, or the new Secretary General, has already spoken about many files that he will be tackling. Part of it are very challengeable. The others are even more challengeable. I'm speaking about terrorism, which is the first important or phenomenon that is really threatening the whole world, not just Egypt, not just Syria, not just the Arab world, but the whole world, terrorism. And to show that terrorism has no religion, it has no faith, not even ethics, not even morals, nothing. Today, a terrorist explosion hit Saudi Arabia near the Prophet Muhammad, peace and prayers be upon him, a mosque, one of Islam's, of course, holy sites in the city of Medina, killing 5, including 2 policemen and the attackers, and wounding 6 others. And to highlight the incident and how it took place, and of course there were 2 suicide bombers struck Al-Qatif and Jeddah earlier. We have with us Ahmed Abdel Alim, who is the state television correspondent in Saudi Arabia. Good evening to you. مساء الخير يا أحمد.
أهلا بيكي، أهلا بحضرتك.
عايزين نعرف تفاصيل الانفجار اللي حصل النهارده بجانب الحرم النبوي، واللي حصل قبليها في القطيف وفي جدة. تفاصيلهم ايه اللي حصل؟
طبعا تفجيرات متزامنه بدات من فجر اليوم بجده امام القنصليه الامريكيه. فجر انتحاري نفسه بالقرب، حاول العبور للقنصليه الامريكيه فشل، فاستدار في مواقف السيارات الملاصقه للقنصليه وفجر نفسه. قتل المهاجم، واصابتين بين قوات الامن الدبلوماسي، واصابه لاحد رجال الامن اللي هم يعتبروا بالزي المدني المباحث.
خليني اترجم يا احمد. So our correspondent is saying that the first attack took place beside the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia. It was of a failure because no casualties were reported, and then the attacker himself was killed, and some were injured. And of course, we still have to know more details. Yes, please, لو سمحت يا أحمد كمل.
بعدها وقت صلاة المغرب بتوقيت المنطقة الشرقية حصل تفجير مزدوج. 2 من الانتحاريين فجروا أنفسهم بالقرب من مسجد وسط مدينة القطيف التي تعرف بالأغلبية الشيعية.
He said that around noon in the eastern area, 2 suicide bombers explode, or rather they exploded, or they exploded, yes, themselves with self-detonated explosions near the mosque in Al-Qatif, without killing anybody yet. أحمد كمل.
بالنسبة للمدينة المنورة، حاول أحد الانتحاريين العبور إلى المسجد النبوي الشريف، وتوقف عند مقر لقوات أمن الطوارئ، وحاول تفجير نفسه أثناء عملية إفطارهم ليوقع أكبر عدد من الضحايا.
He said that beside the Prophet's mosque, a terrorist tried to, or rather he stopped in front of the policeman and detonated himself and exploded. He was killed, 5 others were killed, of course, including him, and 6 others were also injured. أحمد كمل.
عدد الضحايا في المسجد النبوي الشريف من قوات الأمن 4 شهداء و6 مصابين.
4 martyrs were killed, including policemen, and 6 are injured. That in the 3rd attack in or near the Prophet Mosque. أيوة يا أحمد، هل في أي نتائج أو أي يعني هل الشرطة السعودية توصلت لمين وراء يعني هذه الانفجارات النهارده، أو حد أعلن مسؤوليته عن هذه الانفجارات إيه؟
البيانات الأولية والمؤشرات الأولية غير الرسمية تؤكد أن الانتحاريون الذين قاموا بتلك الأعمال هم منتمين للفكر الداعشي. مفجر المدينة المنورة عتيبي سعودي يبلغ من العمر 18 عام. القطيف 2 سعوديين، الجدة غير سعودي وفي 30 من العمر.
Yes. So he said that preliminary reports right now is saying that they belong to Daesh terrorist group. The Saudi who detonated explosives in front of, or rather beside the Prophet Mosque, was a Saudi of 18 years old. 18 years old. In Qatif, 2 other Saudis also were behind the attacks, and 2 Saudis in Jeddah. طيب أحمد، هل الهدف كان واضح؟ ما هو ما وراء هذه الانفجارات؟ يعني كانوا عايزين ايه؟ يعني لماذا الانفجارات؟ واذا كنا مثلا بنتكلم على ان هم كانوا عايزين يفجروا مثلا السفارة الامريكية في السعودية، فيعني ايه الداعي للانفجار الثالث عند الحرم النبوي؟
الانفجار الاول لضرب المصالح الامريكيه السعوديه وايجاد الوقيعه يعتبر هدف اقتصادي سياسي. الهدف الثاني في القطيف لاحداث الفتنه بين الشيعه والسنه. الهدف الثالث هو التفكير في قوات الامن لايجاد نوع من اظهار القوه واظهار الامن السعودي بصوره غير مناسبه.
So he said the first attack in Jeddah was to hit the bilateral U.S.-Saudi relations, particularly the political and economic ones. The second was a sectarian one, or could be a sectarian one, so as to create a kind of sedition between the Sunnis and the Shia. The third was to create a kind of course, chaotic scene, but rather to show that they are strong enough even to attack in such an area. Ahmed Abdelalim, our correspondent in Saudi Arabia, the state television correspondent in Saudi Arabia, thank you very much for being with us. شكرا لك يا أحمد. شكرا لك. And as we return back to our episode, as we have said when we started to speak about this particular incident, we say that terrorism has no religion, no faith, no morals, no ethics. It has none, nothing. And this is a phenomenon that the whole world should be collaborating together in order to put a strategy to be able to end this phenomena. This is an important file that the new Arab League Secretary General has already spoken about and said that it would be one of his priorities in his 5 years term. Of course, there are lots of other files. Of course, we are in a very critical time, passing by the whole region. If we speak about Syria, if we speak about Iraq, if we speak about Yemen, if we speak about Libya, the whole situation is in chaos. Before we proceed with our discussion, let's first have a quick report. And Secretary General, the new Secretary General, Ahmed Abu Ghait, takes posts as the Secretary General of the League in his 5 years, of course, renewable years, taking the helm from Dr. Nabil El Arabi, who we have to say, with all respect, has exerted much effort in order to be able to find solutions to the non-solvable problems in the region. But of course, this is one of the most critical times passing by the whole region. Let's watch the report and we'll come for discussion.
Minister Ahmed Abu Ghait started his role as the Arab League's 8th Secretary General last Friday. Abu Ghait was the last foreign minister in the 30-year rule of ousted President Hosni Mubarak, a job he kept for about 7 years. Prior to his assignment to the helm of Egyptian diplomacy in 2004, Abu Ghait served as the permanent representative of Egypt at the UN headquarters in New York, 1999 till 2004. He also served as the chief of staff of former Egyptian Foreign Minister Amr Moussa for several years in the 1990s. During his service under Moussa and then in New York, Abu Ghait showed excellent administrative skills and considerable diplomatic poise. Abu Ghait gave an interview to the Egyptian newspaper Al Ahram on Sunday, where he was asked, amongst other things, where it is possible to bring about peaceful end to the Israel-Palestinian conflict within the next 5 years. The Secretary General said that Israel thinks that it's experiencing its golden age because of the events occurring around it in the Middle East, which has brought about upheavals in important Arab states such as Syria, Iraq and Libya. He added that due to these upheavals, the fight against the Daesh terrorist group has come to the forefront at the expense of the Palestinians. According to Abu Ghait, this is the first time that Palestinians have stood against Israel's stubbornness without strong Arab support. The new Arab League Secretary General then directed his comments to Israel, stating that Israel knows that the radicalization and threats emanating from Iran and Turkey, as well as the other challenges facing the Arab world, doesn't change the fact the primary cause for all of the problems stems from the Israel-Palestinian conflict over the land of Palestine, a conflict which began 100 years ago. Abu Ghait fielded his opinion on a wealth of other issues and said that the most important mission facing the Arab League is defeating Daesh in Syria, Iraq and Libya. The second mission is stopping Iran and Turkey from interfering in Arab affairs. The third mission is to try and find a compromise between the Arab world and the US and Russia regarding the future of Syria, Iraq and Libya.